Welcome to today's What Will Move the Market show. I'm your host Prem. It's Friday, September 12th, 2025, and here is everything you need to know as the markets open for today. Let's start with the Wall Street overnight recap. US stocks surged to record highs, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average climbing 1.3% and closing above 46,000 for the first time. The Standard & Poor's 500 gained 0.9%, while the Nasdaq Composite added about 0.7%, both setting all-time records. The rally was powered by inflation data matching expectations and growing optimism that the Federal Reserve is set to cut rates as soon as next week. Top movers in the US included Warner Bros., Discovery and Paramount Skydance, both soaring on takeover speculation, while Oracle slipped after recent gains cooled. Tesla and Micron also saw strong upward momentum in trades, while AMD and Netflix lagged as tech consolidation set in. The overall mood was upbeat, setting a positive global tone. Switching to Indian ADR performance, most major counters traded mixed overnight. Infosys ADRs declined slightly, about 0.2%, while ICICI Bank slipped by about 0.5%. HDFC Bank ADRs ticked up by just over 0.5%, and Tata Motors held steady. These signals suggest a neutral to mildly positive opening bias for Indian IT and banking stocks, but traders are watching closely, as fresh cues may emerge during today's session. Moving now to Asian markets and GIFT Nifty, major Asian indices opened higher, tracking Wall Street's gains. The Nikkei achieved a new record, rising 0.4%, while Shanghai Composite advanced by 1.5%. The Hang Seng was mildly positive, supported by tech stocks and easing monetary policy signals from the People's Bank of China. Early prints from GIFT Nifty are indicating a positive open for Indian markets, quoted just above 25,100. Asian sentiment remains constructive with fresh investor inflows into equities and renewed hopes for a US interest rate cut. On to key global news and geopolitics. It's a relatively quiet morning globally, but the US inflation release and a spike in jobless claims have increased bets for monetary easing worldwide. No major central bank policy moves or geopolitical shocks occurred overnight, but investors remain alert to ongoing Middle East tensions and President Trump's renewed tariff rhetoric, both potential triggers for energy and commodity markets. Turning to Indian market headlines and pre-open cues, domestic sentiment is strong, coming off a streak of rallies. The big headline for the day is Infosys, which has announced its largest ever buyback at a 19% premium, likely lifting the IT sector. FII flows have remained supportive, especially into financials and energy stocks, while domestic institutions continue net buying. Among sectors, oil and gas, PSU banks, and select auto stocks may move today. Several SME IPOs remain open for bids, and Vigorplast India will be listed on the NSE SME segment. Now let's cover technical levels and trading setups. The Nifty 50 support is found at 24,900, with resistance at 25,100. A strong break above resistance could drive momentum towards 25,200. The Bank Nifty's key support is at 54,000, resistance stands at 54,500. Traders will be watching for a decisive pattern in either index, as momentum could shift rapidly on fresh news or earnings action. Here is your actionable idea or day plan. Given the positive global cues and strong domestic flows, the day looks promising for high-conviction large caps in oil, gas, and PSU banking sectors. IT stocks could see short-term volatility driven by the Infosys buyback. For traders, consider tactical buying with strict stop losses near marked support zones, and avoid excessive leverage as news and data releases could spark sudden swings. That wraps up this morning's show. Stay tuned for the evening wrap and send in your questions or market thoughts. Trade smart and have a profitable day ahead.